Historically, if you look at our traditions and culture, women were involved in our community peace building and peacekeeping and peacemaking. And in the past, historically, you will also find that in some traditions on the continent, women were involved even in appointing chiefs. They would gather them, ask them who they thought was the best person to be a chief. They would go into a retreat, they would come out and give, because naturally, we are mothers. Naturally, we are empathetic, we love, we nurture our homes, we feed people. I mean, it is just common sense for Africa to go back to what it used to do, to go back to its own traditions, to go back to its roots, and to begin to take women's participation in mediation very seriously indeed. So I think this is historic, what happened here today. That should have happened many years ago. And I am truly grateful that I was invited to be part of this the event today. I never want us to discourage ourselves, to say women are not represented, to cry foul. Because I think there have been steps, I think there have been efforts made by men and women in high positions to include women in positions of leadership. What we haven't done enough is in mediation, to include women in the mediation processes. But in as far as women participating in leadership, we've done better than most developed countries. We have had 6 female presidents. We have a 7th president coming in Namibia next month. And we have had presidents across the continent appointing 50-50 cabinet ministers. We have had, the African Union has already achieved parity on the continent of Africa. So we haven't done badly, because we know that there are some countries with the 200-year democracies that are still struggling to get one woman, the first woman into State House as president. So we've done well in that respect. And the country with the highest number of women in parliament is Rwanda, on the continent of Africa. So we are saying we have done better than most, but there's still a long, long way to go. And because we know how to do it, my plea would be to just request that institutions and the political will on part of leaders to appoint as many women as possible to positions of leadership. And then you will ask, what did you do yourself? When I was president, Malawi saw the first chief justice that was female. Malawi saw the first solicitor general. Malawi saw the first head of civil service. 100 appointments, 8 district commissioners. So yes, efforts are being made, but what I am saying is that we need to have a lot of he for she's, men that have a soft spot for women, men that have decided that they are going to work with women. And we, on our part, we are not going to copy what is happening in other countries in ensuring that men include women, because those methods have failed to work there. We have made more progress than them. So there must be something we are doing right. And for me, what we are doing right is to engage our men, to respect our men, to work with our men, to open space at the policy formulating table so that we women can sit there, and it's happening already. There's no free lunch anymore. Women have to make sure that they compete. And in most countries like Malawi, they compete on equal ground. We can have affirmative action, but we can have that only as far as we can. But permanently, we need to compete on equal ground. What needs therefore to happen is women must have equal opportunity in education. Women must have equal opportunity in economic empowerment processes. I mean, when I go to the bank with you, there's no reason why you should get the loan, I should not. There's no reason why I should bring my uncle and you cannot. If we can ensure that women are being economically empowered as well, and women are being educated, I say economic empowerment is key to social and political empowerment. Because I must have money in order to compete, to become a member of parliament. And I have been member of parliament twice. And I know what I'm talking about because I've been Minister of Women and Children, I've been foreign minister for my country, I've been vice president for my country, and I've been president in my country. So I know that while somebody will give me that position on a silver platter, I have to work for it. In most countries, you have to work. In Malawi, nobody puts you anywhere. You have to work. So when you get therefore into a position of leadership where you make appointments is where you will want to look for a graduate to give the position of a director of something. Now, that therefore means that she must have gone to school first. So the political will continue to be key. And the protection of the girl child, the protection of women will continue to be key. Equal opportunities will continue to be key. We have found that women are being abused, that women are being, some of them are being beaten up. But usually it is not women that are standing, it is women that are supporting those that are candidates. So what needs to happen is continuous sensitization to make sure that people get to understand. If people know that if my party engages in violence against women, they will lose votes, people will be very careful. It happened during the last elections, and I hope people will remember again that castigating women or beating up women supporters as well as candidates will just cost them votes. And that's what might help to make sure that women are having an easy ride. Is it necessary for women to participate? Yes, it's necessary for women to be sitting at the police nominating tables as well. And we have seen that leadership of men and of women differs. Yes, women leaders are empathetic. Women leaders implement social programs. Like in my case, a Kawe family, building rural houses, providing food, social programs, are the things that they remember most than the roads and the factories that I built. Yeah, so getting women into leadership is a must. So because men and women can complement one another for the betterment of the lives of the people that they lead.